I think both sides. I think it's bipartisan. I think both sides kind of end up doing this kind of madness.
100% agreed on that. Yeah.
It's not really, and I'm not a centrist. I'm not on that. Well, I like a bit of this and a bit of that. That's fine, but I think you end up falling down for everything in that sense. But I just think people need to relax. And what you said, like, should the media do this? I think the media's job is to just go look at this in context. I don't really think
right. To be the
say,
intellectual arbiter of sorts, not on a morality basis, but certainly on an information. This is true. This is fact. I'm presenting it to you for your consideration. That is it. I'm not here to tell you necessarily how to feel about it, but I'm here to tell you this is what happened, and here's as much of the context as we can humanly present.
Why? Yeah. But I don't, that's to say that again, and not to contradict myself, but I don't think you should be completely heartless and mechanical and objective about it. That is more dishonest to me.
Agreed.
Real honesty is not just the fact, it's the human element to that, because we're all humans and we all digest the information not as soulless mechanical ghouls, but as human beings. So I don't really think that it should be put out into the world completely without any feeling. I actually want to know what a reporter feels about a certain thing. I don't want them to tell me if they're bad or good. That's irrelevant. I want to know what they felt or something like that, or have some fucking gravel in what they're saying, Here's some I don't know, Azerbaijan or something. Don't just be like, yeah, well, this is a brutally authoritarian regime. It's just an example, but they are. I want to know about that. That's not an opinion. So that's an opinion. That is not an opinion. If you look at what they do, it's literally a definition. You know what I'm saying? I think you do have to have some heart and some, stand up for yourself in what you're saying to make people pay attention to. But I don't think you then need to go like this good, this bad. But I do think, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I'm contradicting myself. But again, I'm happy to be contradicted and wrong. And I'm not that smart. I'm not the arbiter of truth. I'm a reporter that believes in what I believe in. And I do think we need to remember reporters are human, and I do think the reporters ourselves have some responsibility in removing that element. And I do understand why then people are like, oh, look at the reporters, they're wrong here or they're wrong there or they're pushing an agenda. Often I think that, we're just different people with different ideas. And I think this idea that reporting and journalism is a monolith, which sometimes journalism tries to present with the journalistic ethics, which, it varies from person to person, as does anything. The truth varies from person to person sometimes in what they believe. So it's almost like it's more complicated than we try to make out. And I think we should stop trying to wear the hat of it's okay, we choose this role to disseminate the info and tell people and put it into context, but we shouldn't wear the hat of we're better than you and we can't be, you can't say anything against that. I know reporters that will kind of feel no, war reporters especially, that think they're moral modern day heroes. We're not, man. It's a job. It's a very interesting job. I think it's a very important job, but you should never think that you're somehow above the person that reads what you're putting out or listens or watches. That's where I feel like there's a disconnect. You should never forget that you're no better than the person that's reading or watching or listening to what you've put out in the world. You put it out for them. Journalism shouldn't be for other journalists. It should be for everybody,